85 now. Off. Participant modes. Subscribers. You have to be subscribed for 10 minutes. Yes, fucking please. Alright, I think I got that. Alright, now let's send the link. Alright, I think we're good to go. Good morning, Letterbuck. Good to see you, dog. Sorry. If I don't focus on linking all that shit, I will lose track of time. Alright, market opens in about a minute. Basically, guys, the key area for the day is right here. So every direction really does focus on this. And this was mainly the TA already from last, or I keep wanting to say last night. I guess it was last night. But basically, the TA from last night on this is just focusing on, do we hold 659 or 656? Do we reject away from it? Because it kind of looks like we're rejecting away from it if you just look at it like this, both on XOK and on your SPY. But now that we're down in the 651s, like we're below this top level here by a good margin. We're about in the middle of this area. Wherever we come out from this can pick up, right? So if we break lower, then there's a chance we are going down to 647. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe end of week. But if we end up holding on to this, we probably will get a relief bounce and see us go smack our head either against previous day low or against 656. Those are the two areas we'll go smack our head against. If this holds, if this falls, very good chance for falling lower. Kind of using this as a second indicator to kind of help us out with direction, and then kind of checking on these every now and then to see if they're helping or not. And I got to focus here at the open because I do need to call out the TP on some of this. All right, a trimmed Amazon swing for 210. We'll hold the last contract to see if that does anything. All right, now let's go update chat. Where that calculator at? 55.55%. We are not fucking complaining about that. Holy shit, I can't type. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to focus on typing the exit plan for the Amazon swing. Good shit on anybody who followed me on that, or at least just paid attention to it. I also made to include a video with that swing when I included it with the SPY analysis yesterday afternoon, I guess. It was way after the stream, towards the end of the day. But overall, I was just really excited because I really liked how the Amazon chart looked, but I just knew it was a little bit of a gamble, just because, yeah, the market and all the news that's been coming out. So I don't want to sit here and be like, yeah, that was a sound play. You know, that should have worked 100% of the time. No, definitely individually on its own, really good. When you add it into the context of what the market's been doing, it was all right. Damn, we might actually be able to just exit this last one here. I kind of want to take the last one's profits right here because the SPY is trying to bounce. Guys, please focus on the mean key area. I mean, this area here is so important. I'm honestly not shocked that we're opening at it. What you need to be looking at right now is your other sectors. So, like on this chart, start spamming through these and see are any of these up or down. And you'll see like all of them are going up. They're all wicking up or pushing up. So don't just start shorting yet. Low key, is Amazon trying to go lower? That'd be so cool. Oh, did I just make it do that? Hold up 1 second. This might be the quickest swing trade of my life. Good morning if you guys are typing good morning, by the way. I know how you nerds work. Good morning, Letterbuck. Good morning, Aloha SF. Good morning, Matty Clams. Good morning, King Carnage. Good morning, Alex. Alex, good to see you back, bro. Everybody say hello to Alex. He was just on a trip and he got stuck at an airport because the country that he went to really wants to keep Alex away from us. So make sure you guys say hi to him. He's back from his trip. Good morning. Could you ever type? No. That's a good point. Good morning, Ron. Morning, Michael. You ready for some BF6 later, Fipo? I might even do it on YouTube stream again. I know that doesn't entertain really anybody, but it'd be cool. We are definitely getting movement in the market today, though. I can tell you guys that. Would anyone like to point out why? If you already read my message in Discord, you're cheating. Come on, Amazon, fall, you son of a bitch. All right, I think I am just going to take the last Amazon here. I'm going to be honest. It's at the same exact price as my trim. Let's see. 220. Fuck, I don't know what to do because it looks like everything's trying to hold, but it's actually falling a lot further than I thought it would. I feel like I should just take it here and not be greedy. Not be an idiot, you know? All right, we're taking it here. I also just want to quit talking about it. I want to move on to SPY and tech. 217. All right, sorry guys. You have my full focus now. I wanted to get all those updates though, because in the past I've definitely had a problem with just not paying attention well enough. And I feel like I need to quit doing that because I have a pretty awesome swing strategy. I just need to stick to it. What am I doing the math on? Oh, price. 60.74. We're just going to put 60%. All right, let's do a quick review. Also, why did I just retype the ticker? God, I'm stupid. God, that looks so clean. Might have to day trade that dead ass. I like it better if this is breaking, though. I don't like it until this starts breaking. To be honest with you. Oh, never mind. This is probably going to fall. Sorry, I should have tech up that whole time. Damn, I should have kept Amazon. Fuck it. I made pretty good money, I'm not going to lie. And this was kind of nice because yesterday at the end of the day, I caught that scalp on SPY. If you guys have premium or lifetime, please go check out the Sectors channel. It is insane, the posts that go in there. I don't just tell you what to be bullish and bearish on part of the chart. I also tell you on tech where you should use that to help you be bearish and bullish on SPY. All right, SPY is pushing lower. As I said in the stream very clearly, this is probably going to fall more because it's under 136.60s and rejecting it, I'd like to add, on your tech chart. Does anybody know what percentage of SPY your tech chart is? Why we're using that to tell us, hey, this is probably going to fall more. Again, I'm being very clear with my alerts, being very clear with my direction. I'm not just going to sit here and try to give you this 50-50 bullshit. You're never going to 100% be bearish. You're never going to 100% be bullish. You're just going to feel very confident in a single direction at certain points. But more times than not, you should feel closer to 50-50 than in one direction. You should never half, like 50% of the day, be saying, no, this is falling. No, this is falling. No, this is falling. No, you shouldn't. Is it actually 33.33 on the dot? It is actually 33.33 on the dot right now. Good eyes. Good looks. Yeah, it's a third of SPY. So of course I'm going to use it to help me out, right? And what can we do alongside that, right? You could even go deeper than that. Okay, maybe not. Oh wait, this is banks. I thought that was energy for a second. So you can see your bank sector is actually recovering from that recent low. We can see comms are trying to hold, right? They're not just dumping, they're trying to hold. Discretionary, trying to hold the open, which is one super short-term directional level. Again, you'll always notice I'm not just updating some random bullshit. I'm either calling out something that is around a previous day level, a 50% level, a previous day 50%, literally anything, a current day open. There's always a key level somewhere to use for context. You're never just going, oh, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. Staples are pumping, energy is pumping. So guys, even though this looks like shit, what did we just see on the rest of the sectors? Who can tell me? Please answer this, because this is actually going to be more helpful to you than anything I'll ever give you. Why is SPY not just dumping through the floor? Can anyone tell me? Would anyone like to tell me? If you look at my Discord message, you're cheating. Not just XLE, every sector is going up. Every single sector is going up, except tech. Tech is the only sector that's dumping. So that is the only reason we are not seeing that. Did everyone just see that correctly? Look at that left side chart. Green candle holding open. Green candle holding open. I mean, that one's not really that special. It could change any second. That one could also change any second. But that's C and Y. Those are going to be affected. They fall okay. Healthcare, slight bounce. Staples, pumping into yesterday's close. Energy, pumping, which they've been doing that. That's probably old news to a lot of you. They've been on that vibe. They've been doing that. Let me back it out so you see the picture. A little crazy. But yeah, as you can see, tech is the main reason we're down right now. And if these ever pick up, if these ever decide to reverse to go down, there are going to be a lot larger candles in this chart to the downside, right? Now, if tech starts to reverse and all of these are still going up, we're getting the opposite. You're going to start seeing green candles holding this area and bouncing into 656. Are we all on the same page before we move on? I want to make sure we all understand that, because that is going to be the most helpful information I ever give you. It's just simple direction on sectors and then using it for key levels on your SPY chart. It's just a bunch of context you're putting together to kind of figure out a little bit better probability on where the price could hold to go which direction. And then once it goes whatever direction, what other levels do you have? You know, what's that next area? But give me an emoji, give me a thumbs up on the stream, give me something to tell me that you do understand. And yeah, not reading the chat as much, just kind of focused on this. And I really hope some of you guys got the Amazon swing, because I have been dying to find another cheaper end swing that was actually good TA. Like it's pretty easy to just kind of find cheap swings, but it's not easy to find a good cheap swing. You know, finding a less than $150 trade on Amazon, I feel like that's really hard to find a lot of time these days, unless you're doing an overnight swing or unless you're doing a nice quick scalp or something. It's really hard to get that. So, but yeah, so there's the explanation. I really hope you guys are actually paying attention to getting something out of this too, because every stream is literally a lesson. Every stream is a workshop session at this point, right? We're either catching trades live, going over scalps, going over swings, going over candlestick patterns, going over key levels, right? And I'll still get tagged questions in the Discord where people are like, "Yo, what are the key levels you like?" It's like, Jesus Christ. So I go over this stuff a lot. You know, it's breathing to me at this point, going over this stuff, right? Trading is definitely, you know, still a difficult task, but it's not difficult as long as you go through your prep, look at your context before actually getting into a trade, and once you've done your trade, actually taking time to review what you did and what you didn't do afterwards. Did you stick to any part of what you said beforehand? Did you even say anything beforehand? You know? So make sure you guys are actually reviewing, whether you're actually sharing it with people in the chat or you're just doing it on your own. I don't care, but you do need to be doing it. None of you are above anything. If you think you're above it because you've been here for a while or you've been trading for a while, you're not. None of you guys are above shit. I'm not above shit. So if you're not going to post it for chat to review or show your prep work in chat to show out, you know, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm looking at, then you need to be doing it on your own. Because I can't be getting somebody saying I'm struggling with trading, yet I never see them post or never see them share the review or never see them do this or that. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't really help you if you haven't really shared shit, you know? You just coming to me and crying doesn't really help. I'm not saying I've had someone come to me and cry. I'm just saying that does happen, you know, and it's like, you know, I don't even see you post, but you're struggling, but you want my help. Like, what? Not to say that, like, coming to me will fix everything. I don't want it to seem like that either. I really like Amazon shorts under 207.50s. I might double dip this. I also like SPY shorts under this area. If all of these keep dumping and all of these reverse down, which a lot of them look like they are, the only ones that aren't are staples and energy, but don't let those scare you. Those weigh nothing. Though together they can be a powerful force. But those should be the ones that are going up. If you know, you know. Great to be back. Awesome vacation. Definitely doing it again. Observing today, sidelines, but mental trading. Bet. Good looks, Alex. Hopefully your trip was like really good, man. I saw your message about the airport thing. And I was like, damn, that would annoy me. What's up, Lunar? What's up, Data J? What's up, Alex? Kevo, good to see you. Though we've already, messaged around each other. Data J, already said you. SF already said you. If I didn't say all his names, sorry, but good morning. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Garden. I don't even know if I missed anybody, but good morning, everybody. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, share the stream link around. If you're enjoying some of the posts, some of the TA, some of the conversations, feel free to tune or join in. If you're just now tuning in, we saw SPY try to hold the initial opening print. And when I say hold, I don't mean just because the green candle appeared. I mean because we actually have key levels here. And the only sector that really kind of pulled this down at first was tech, right? Tech was just looking like shit, and it was moving lower. Every other sector started bouncing or holding the current day open. But we'll see what's going to start collecting up or not, because if everything starts pulling back together, then we are going to see a continuation down. If we see a hold of tech and the other sectors are still pushing higher, we're probably going to start seeing a bunch of green candles appear on the SPY. So going to definitely be looking at SPY for that. Thank you, 136.60 on tech. You've been very helpful so far. And I would like to point out just how helpful this was yesterday. We went up, we rejected, made a lower high, and we could easily see the visual of, oh, wow, okay, we need to kind of flip the switch. We don't need to be bullish anymore. We need to be looking for a short-term pullback to today's open. I'm speaking like we're in yesterday still, right? So, because if we leave this area, what's the next key area? CDO, right? It's not 136.60 yet, it's this. And you can see how they reacted to that. They just closed under it. There was no actual reaction. So very bearish. It shows us that they're very strong to push down, right? They get into the next target. They kind of hold on to it, a little bit of a reaction into today. And now that's the area that we're breaking under today. So that leads us to believe, yeah, we probably will pull back more. What's up, Firewater Divine Paradox? Good to see you, dog. If you guys are just now tuning in, I did literally just re-review everything, so make sure to go back like 5 seconds. If you want to go back to the beginning from 8:30, that's also cool. Good morning, good morning, good morning, though. Good to see you guys. Today is a good day. Insert the monkey meme from, damn it, which movie was that? Which Planet of the Apes am I thinking of? It's one of the new ones. That has to be the best line from that whole movie, though, is when the antagonist goes, I think he says, today is an amazing day, or I actually don't remember now that I'm trying to say it out loud. I gotta find this now, or y'all are gonna think I'm crazy. Oh, what a wonderful day. That's what it was. I think it'll let me play this on stream. It's only 9 seconds. Let's see if it'll let me. Music. This. That. Nope, not advanced. Fuck. Fuck.
What a wonderful day! What a wonderful day! What a wonderful day!
It's just so stupid. YouTube's gonna be like, yo, 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 chill out. Copyright, copyright, copyright. YouTube's like, what the hell? This isn't Twitch. Bro, have y'all seen how many new platforms there are? I didn't realize there were other YouTube/Twitch type platforms that were like Kick. There are like 100 of them now. Stay safe out there, folks. If I go back to Amazon, I do believe it's trying to hold on to that 50%. So hopefully people who saw my message to exit are there. I even gave a double little greedy message after to say, hey, we're doing really good on this. Don't be stupid. And look at it bouncing into that 50% now. I was definitely waiting to see what was lying or not, though, because everything started dumping and then they didn't actually break anything while tech was still pushing lower. So it definitely felt like this should go lower. But then, right as I started feeling like that, based on the sectors, it definitely started holding. And it's like, okay. So right now we're looking to see, does this area reject on SPY or not? Because if so, we're probably pushing lower. But I'm also kind of keeping a tab on these other sectors just because they're actually more important than tech right now. Just to kind of see, does it add on to the tech sell-off, or does it start to pick up as tech slows down? Because if that's the case, we're going to get some green candles. If tech's not damaging SPY anymore and the other sectors are picking up, I don't see why this can't go green. Over CDO, we don't know about that. I don't know about higher. I just know that it can go to CDO. If we see tech stay down here, though, and the other sectors start kind of slowing down or even pulling back a little bit, there's no reason why we should not reject this area. So this is something that's going to happen over the next 10, 30, 40 minutes. So don't just sit here and think, oh my God, I have to get into puts now. Definitely start flicking through your Excels, guys. F, C, Y, and V specifically. F, C, Y, V, your banks, your comms, your discretionary, and your healthcare sectors. Sorry, I can't speak. Can't speak, can't type. So I never, ever, ever understand why people like. I know some people do it out of fun. Like, it's fun to make fun of your friend that sucks at speaking English. But at the other end of things, there are people who actually do that, like, and are serious. And I always find that funny because, like, I think as English speakers, we actually suck at speaking our own language, right? So I think it's funny that you have people who are ESL and they get made fun of. It's like, bro, they're speaking just as good English as half of us here. Like, let's be honest. You're liking Microsoft here. You're holding this bet. I actually let me look at that out of respect because I did see, I think 2 of you mention it this morning in the trade floor. I've been seeing Mike mention it for a while now, but that's a completely different story. Shout out Micah for the one time. Damn, she didn't just break that 50%. She rejected that 50%. Dude, this chart perfectly depicts Bill Gates' marriage. This was when they were still happy and she didn't know that he drugged her. And then this is where she figured out that he drugged her. And then they were like, nah, we're splitting. And now they're down. That's crazy. What was the name of the island again? Saint something? By the way, if anybody comes into stream and you see them say like, yo, why is the market down today? Just say oil's up. Just give them the quick answer. Yeah, wow, and the dollar's up today. It's two no-nos for equities. Equities almost can't go up when both of those go up. It's literal just simple rotation. It's simple math. And people hear that and they're like, oh, he means they're opposites. No. They're not opposites. There's just three different markets people can put money into, and they rotate out of different ones and go into the other. Like I said, people don't just take profit and take it out, put it in their bank, or go buy a car or something. People put that shit back into something else. Maybe not like you or me, but your bigger money is not taking their money out. Your bigger money is going to be moving it into other markets. Oh, tech's been pumping for 3 months. Let me take profits. I see crypto's pulling up. I see oil's pulling up. Or I see gold is pulling up. Or I see this is pulling up. Or I see that is pulling up. Your commodities. Shit, buying corn futures. You know, who knows what these people are going into after that. But the money always rotates. I'd like to point out, by the way, after all this BS that's been going on, Netflix has been humbly, I don't even know if it's a word or not, but we're inventing it, still around the 90s. Hasn't moved too much. I'm not going to lie. As someone who's just been dollar cost averaging this since the dawn of time down here, I'm honestly really happy to see that. I said it before. I'll say it again. I hope this is the most boring consolidation we see for the next fucking year on this equity. I hope we get the most boring bullshit trading on Netflix between fucking 75 and 100 for the next year. I hope that. You know why I hope that? Because I hope the attention span of everyone who actually wants to trade this goes away. I hope all of them give up on it. Because then one day the actual big money is going to pick this back up over time. This is going to be it's probably going to be one of my strongest stock picks in the history of stock picks for me. Previously, Rocket Lab, ET was by a friend of mine. We've had tons of great ones. UPS. I could go down a whole list. Palantir. Shit, we had people in my chat going over Palantir and the double digits. This is definitely one of my favorite ones for the future. Also, I think I'm biased because I actually use the shit out of Netflix. By that standard, shouldn't I be biased on Google? We do be watching YouTube in here. The last time demand for oil was that high was right before Diddy went to jail. Jesus Christ. I'd like to point out tech did bounce a little bit. You can see it over here. It was at almost it was down -2 at one point, but you can see it's bounced a little bit. And then now that you understand that, go check your other ones. Okay, they're still up a little bit. They're still up a little bit. So you should see some by that standard. And if you want to do this for practice, take off your SPY chart and where you can't see it, and just go through these real quick and kind of take a guess at it and say, all right, well, SPY should have a couple green candles then. Go to SPY, go look, confirm. Is that right? Oh, couple green candles. Okay, makes sense. It all lines up. And we talked about this possibility early on because I don't want to just sit here and go, oh my God, guys, we're going to fall the 647.24. Y'all can see that. That's clear as effing day, right? I like to go over the scenarios that aren't so fun to talk about. I don't care if it pisses someone off or not. We need to be realistic. Yo, and back had to hit Minard. Yo, what's up, dude? How are you doing, brother? I need to go share the financial juice and briefing updates real quick. Oil, oil, oil. Briefing.com. No update yet. Appreciate. Yeah, good shit on the alerts today, guys. Good shit on the notifications. Good shit on the fucking Amazon swing. See if we can call out the next directional move here. Right now, it looks like they're trying to go and push up to this and hold it, but we'll see if that changes because we did just see tech dump $2. But everything is picking up right now. We'll see if this continues. If it does, we should see SPY still bouncing off the 650.71 and the 652s. But this is in the area. This is the most important key area for direction. If we're holding it, there's a good chance we're going up. If we're breaking it, there's a good chance we're going down. And we're using the sectors to kind of help us point that out a little early on. I wouldn't even say that early on. I would just say slightly. Yeah, definitely cool that you can kind of piece all that together. I feel like this only works, by the way, because not everybody uses this correctly. Knowing how SPY is split up amongst multiple sectors. People look at SPY and they think it's its own thing. They think, I see how many people I see be like, yo, I love SPY. It's my favorite stock. Like, brother. It's just, you instantly get that vibe of like, oh, they don't know. They don't know that this is not just a stock, not just an equity. It's an entire ETF. It is split up amongst multiple sectors, weighted sectors. So of course it's going to move if all of them are green. That's why whenever I see like tech not really moving, I'm not that enticed to trade unless I see another sector or two other sectors popping off because I know, excuse me, because I know that tech is a third of the market. So I know to replace that void that it's not moving, there needs to be two other sectors doing really good or one sector just going absolutely insane, which we don't see that a whole lot. So, I mean, we see that with energy. Energy doesn't weigh a lot. We see that with staples. Staples don't weigh a lot. We've seen it with healthcare. Healthcare does actually weigh a little bit. We've seen it with banks even, but banks lead the KYC effort. So, of course, we're going to see them do well. And that's the next thing. Is this market still pushing up towards earnings season? Because as we get closer to the bank's earnings season, we'll be getting closer to the tech right after that. But yeah, as I said, everything looks like they're trying to hold right now. Nothing is set in stone, though. Again, it's just a simple reaction from this low. We'll see if it continues from this reaction, though. Again, like I said, you don't have to just use my screen. You can go to your own chart and start flipping through these sectors. See what you can piece together. And yeah, look at IGV down 4%. Just shows you how bad tech is today. Wait, why did I just do that? We have two SPY charts now. Yeah. Maddie. Yeah, it has a little bit of room below it, but yeah, it is down 4% today. It's pretty crazy. Which is, again, I like having that on now that I understand what it is, because I don't just look at it, I'm like, oh, the stock IGV is up. Like, no, now I know, oh, wait, that's a whole, like, part of the tech sector. So when I see that down, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of tech stocks down. You see that and XLK down, it's like, oh, the entirety of tech is down. Yeah, good looks. Like I said, by trying to move up again, we're kind of going through the sectors to see if it's going to hold or not after that initial push to the downside. Only saying that because tech stopped dumping and the other sectors started pushing up higher. As you can see, that one's doing very well. That's healthcare. This is doing very well. This is the discretionary sector. Your Amazon, your Teslas, your Nikes, your Home Depots, your McDonald's, your Googles, your Metas, your Netflixes are this sector. Your communication sector, your banks, your JPMs. I mean, you guys know your banks. I don't need to explain that. And then tech, the most important one out of all. Merely because it weighs the most, not because we believe tech is the most important. No, it weighs the most on SPY, so of course it's the most important. Welcome to the stream, by the way, guys. Make sure to drop a thumbs up on the stream. Let's try to get to 20 likes on the stream again. I think we can at least do that for all the updates and the Amazon swing, everything else. And hopefully we get some more good swings. And actually, I'm glad I said that again because I forgot to update this. Oh, dude, those are some deep yawns I'm giving off right now. I'm so sorry if I'm making any of you yawn. It is not my fault. I'm just really bad at sleeping. Oh, it's 210, then 217. I see. 210. Runner was 217. Cool. We did a good job too, because we took 2 losses in a row on swings before this Amazon swing, after we were on a heater. And we kept those losses actually really small. So this actually destroys that trade. Or those trades. Save X. Oh, I didn't even show y'all. The whole swing list. We go crazy with it. Other people say they swing trade. We actually swing trade. And I do all of it without marketing to the entirety of the public saying, guys, follow us. We'll get you rich. No, I think that's insanely stupid how people market to other people. I honestly hope people just naturally find the group and pick up on it, enjoy themselves, get comfortable, and then just stick around. I don't think I should have to sell anyone on shit. Because that's not the point of this group. People like genuinely think for themselves in my group. Or we push them to, or as a group we push each other to. You know, whatever the case may be. I don't want to make it seem like we're holding people at gunpoint. Damn it, think for yourself. You know, definitely not doing that yet. But it is really cool how many really, really smart people are in the chat and how things flow here. No ego posting either. You know, I honestly I'm the first person to chop that shit out. Honestly, when I see people even do just a subtle hint of it, I don't care if I hurt someone's feelings or not either. I refuse to have ego posting in my chat. You know, I think it's cool to get credit. I think it's cool to go and chat and review and understand, wow, look at my success. But I think that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But to go another step further and try to act like you're above other people or like, look how good I'm doing, like you're basically fear mongering and you're kind of rage baiting the whole chat at that point. Your own friends, you know. So no ego posting. And I'm the first to try to cut that shit out because I hate talking like that. You'll hear me all the time on stream and in my Discord posts. Like, it is such a weird thing to be like, yo, check out my profit. Look how good I'm doing. Hey, guys, make sure you guys sign up in my Discord. Make sure you guys sign. Like, I don't know if I've ever actually said those words. Like, going from saying, look how good I'm doing, hey, sign up. And if I have in the past, then I've probably felt weird about it. Because it is a little weird. Like, I genuinely hope people who join the Discord for free. And if they sign up or not, that's cool. If they support the group or the YouTube channel, that's cool. but no one has to. You know, you don't have to come in here and do any of that. You can come in here and just chill, hang out, learn some stuff, try to apply it to your own chart or how your own trades. You know, add it to your own little arsenal. But don't give up. It is amazing how many people get in here and just like try it for a week and then don't really learn anything and then are like, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before and keep losing money. And that's fine. But I just really like our system. I think it's super simple. The main use of it is literally just using context of the chart, you know, and we have such simple examples too. It's not like it's rocket science. It is a lot to piece together. Don't get me wrong. I would never sit here and be like, "It's so easy. It's so simple, guys. How are you not getting this right?" No, it's definitely not. It's not simple or easy. But I just think it's not impossible. You know, like the path in front of you is there. You just have to not overstep. Meaning, you can't get greedy. Don't allow ego to overtake anything. Because it's so easy to make those mistakes. Tech is pulling back. Let's see if these other ones are pulling back to add into the effect of that. Because if they're also pulling back, then we're probably seeing more red candles pop up on SPY pretty soon. I do see a lot of red candles on those, so we'll probably see a dump here on SPY. A dump into what? A dump into the key area on that screen. So we're not really that far above it. We're pushing back into it. We'll see if they hold or not. So here in a couple minutes, we'll come back and check through these, and we'll see, are these holding or pushing? Are these dumping? And that'll give us extra insight on if this key area on SPY is trying to hold or not. I really like today's pre-market today too. That's why I don't have it on, or didn't even have it on at the beginning. The pre-market was super just flat. It was, or not flat, but it was down and then like in a nice little range. And that's always very nice. When the pre-market low and pre-market high have like multiple touches, it's really nice. That is a healthy pre-market. By the way, if you guys want to understand how all that shit that happened yesterday on the SPY chart happened, was it Miker? Somebody linked a short yesterday that was actually accurate on what happened yesterday. I think a lot of people thought there was like, I mean, it was insider trading, but when you hear the explanation, you'll be like, oh, it was a lot of like algo, which I think it's funny how many people are surprised that algorithm trading is a thing when it's been a thing for a very long time. Now the effect of it is definitely getting more strong, but still, I hate when I see people say that, and it's like, brother, this isn't even the 100th time this has happened. People are bashing the recent one with the Trump news that came out yesterday, but this has been happening since before Trump's first term. This has been happening for a while from people on both sides of the aisle. No one is an angel when it comes to politicians and trading, because all of them inside trade. I'm sorry to say it. And I don't care if I get sued for that. I'm just speaking facts. That's not even defamation. That is just pure facts. And you can see it openly. They are doing it in front of your faces. There are tons of Twitter pages. There are tons of websites you can go to that show you these people's portfolios. And it is absolutely insane. It'll be harder for you to find a politician that is not in the millions than not. Right? I actually challenge you to try to find a politician that doesn't have millions in either real estate or stocks. All of them have, almost all of them. I think there's actually like 3 that don't participate, but that's out of hundreds of them. It's just insane. People bitched about Nancy Pelosi got her to step down. People are now bitching about Trump doing it. This was a really big deal in the China trade war as well. It was very bad. There's a lot of insider trading. You know, we went from watching like stocks like Raytheon. I mean, they were already trending up, don't get me wrong, but they started trending up before the Ukraine stuff, right? Then that happened. Then our media reports, hey, this is happening. And then you look back at those stocks and you're already 2 weeks late. You're 2 weeks to a month late. So it's just kind of shitty because a part of you will see that stuff and you'll be like, damn, I wish I could capture that because you ain't lying, bro. I'm right there with you. That'd be crazy to catch a $1 billion, gain trade. That'd be nuts. So, yeah. Intelligent. Yeah, it all comes down to information. It all comes down to the collection of data at the end of the day. Imagine a big computer program just to hear certain words and to trade based off of those certain words. It can trade within the next few moments before your brain has even read the first word of that sentence. It could already capture it, get the trade, do whatever it needs to do, done, all before your brain has even clicked onto what you're reading. It's been going on for a long time, but I don't even really know the word I'm trying to use here, but the strength of it has almost picked up very recently. Oh, you're talking about spies. Still though. Still applied. We see tech with the potential higher low here. Of course, if that fails, that's not shit. Banks pushing up higher still with the hammer. Comms are at their low of day with the hammer. Discretionary still around their high with the hammer. Energy and staples aren't really hurting us. See a lot of wicking up right now on each of these. Very crucial moment for the SPY. I said about 10, 30, 40 minutes will probably go by before we see like an actual decision made on this. Since then, we've seen it push above the area. Now we're trying to see if it's trying to hold the area. And if so, this has a chance of actually making it up to the 656's the previous day close. If we were to be honest, though, you really do need to grab this because you can see we've already hit that. But don't ignore your previous day close. I know I have 656 here and I've been saying it, but I'm just trying to keep my chart clean. Your previous day close, your previous day open, your current day open, your previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low. These are all still very prominent levels. Amazon's still at 208. Bro, even if there was someone trapped in that swing, they'd be killing it. I always like to think about that too, like a worst case scenario. And yeah, again, guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream. Highly appreciated. If you have a colored name in the YouTube chat, by the way, there's actually a ton of videos that have been put up for you very recently. If you haven't been paying attention to that, which is fine. It's not like I am the best at marketing that. But yeah, it's on the membership tab of the YouTube channel. If you go to it, there's actually a really cool video I put up yesterday. I'm sorry, Sunday. But it's about a 10-minute video, goes over all the sectors for the week and just kind of the time ahead of us and the extra info. So definitely go check that out. I've been trying to include extra stuff in those besides just sectors, so they're not super boring. But I try to go fast through them so they're not you just staring at the same chart, because they can be a little boring if I just stare at one too long. I am aware, somewhat. Yeah, thank you guys again for all the likes and stuff on the stream. Thank you guys for being here. I have been enjoying the updates and all the posts and stuff. I put a lot of effort into my post on the weekend too, like for Sunday. I put a lot of effort. Like I redo my charts probably once a week just to do those posts, because those posts are good for multiple weeks a lot of the time. I just like to do it every week because, why not? I would definitely, if you're in the Discord and you have access to levels and swings, please, 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 please go to the channel and find the video that's at the end of yesterday, Spy Amazon TA, and watch that. It is 1 minute and 6 seconds. I covered the Amazon swing before we even entered, and I cover Spy TA before today. So please go check that video out just to kind of get a quick gander at what the hell we talked about before. Very, very cool. I don't get anything out of you watching a Discord video. So go check it out if you have access. I am the swing king. Hopefully we can get some more. We just have to be humble and not trade too often. We can split up our trades, keeping quality over quantity. Should be fine. Oh. What's up, Matty Clams? Always a good day seeing you. Hope you've been doing good, man. 2 quick scalpers done for the day. Everyone have a good day, and as always, thanks to the stream, Josh. Love you, man. We have yet to have a Matty in the chat that wasn't lovable. We got lucky. We got Matty Ice and Matty Clams. 2 of what's probably the coolest Matties in the entire world. Call it bias. Call it facts. It's just the truth, man. What a sentence. Nice job, Matty. Let's go. Been a wacky year. Been very busy with many different things and haven't traded much yet. But getting back into the swing of things now. Definitely take your time, Matty. You always have a place here if you ever pop up, man. We love you. You're loved. But I'm happy to hear that, man. I know you'll do good. Do good, and what I mean is like getting back into the swing of things without like rushing it or forcing anything. Good shit, though. 2 scalpers and done for the day is definitely a vibe. I'm not gonna lie, I was really happy I got to catch that trade in today yesterday because I was a little sad I didn't get to trade at the beginning of stream because I was trying to get back into the swing of things myself. So I was very happy I got to catch that trade here. Basically, I waited for this to pop up, but then I was like, all right, let's see if it actually rejects. And I was like, all right, I'm in. And then I just held for a little bit, got a good retest down, got out. Saw that it was going into this higher low right here. So I just decided to TP. And it looks like I could have made a little bit more if I held to the last 10 minutes of the day, but who the fuck is doing that? Not me. Not me, I know that. And that was only like 140 bucks, but I was definitely happy about that. I think some people think I trade with like tens of thousands of dollars because they see everyone else on the internet do that, but that's just not realistic. The only time I see somebody make a really big trade that makes sense to me is when they're buying shares. I've seen people throw around 500K to a million before, but it was on equity. It wasn't on options. No one does that dumb shit on options. Unless they genuinely do just have fuck you money and can throw it away like that. Because there aren't many people that are like on a level of you or me that are going to be trading with that much money. That's just a lot. Like options. And if there is someone like that, they're not trading options. They're most likely buying equity or selling equity or trading equity. They're not going to be doing options. It's literally decaying. Because I remember the two biggest trades I've seen were probably when Apple and Tesla were down before their splits, and people bought tons of shares of them, split, recovered, and now they're up, just a shit ton. And I've definitely seen a ton of trades like that, but those are not options. That's equity, which is, again, more important in my book. It should be more important in most people's books. Options are great, but they're the salad to the steak meal, if we're being honest. What's up, though, stream? What are you guys up to? What's everyone doing? How are you guys doing in the stream? I've been talking a lot more focused on me and the stream stuff. What's up, though? Things have slowed down a little bit here in the stream, so I am happy to at least see what you guys are up to. How are you doing? Please let me know. Are you looking at anything in particular? Are you just chilling? Are you just here to make fun of me? What's up? What are we up to? Vibe check. Official vibe check. Watching the sectors. Nice. I love hearing that. Super crucial right now as SPY might be bouncing. Watching SPY. Good looks. If you bought 100K of SPY at low of day and sold it high of day, you would have made about $500. Wait, actually? That can't be true, right? Let's be real with it, too. Let's say you bought at 650, 16. How many shares is that? 100, we'll just say 150. Times, I'm going to the close of green candle. We'll just say 340. Damn, he wasn't lying. Well, no. If you're combating what I was talking about, I'm not talking about like trades you're scalping with. I'm talking about like owning it. like for a long period of time and letting it collect those gains. That's what I was talking about. If you're combating what I was saying. But yeah, that is a very cool thing you just pointed out. Even with 100K, that move from low to high of day was only $500 in profit. Not even counting anything else, because it's probably a little lower than 500 actually, with the trading taxes and trading fees. That's why people who do big money in equities, like for like scalps, you'll see them do like penny stocks and shit, because that's where it makes the most sense. I was talking about long-term equity holding though. Like you don't see people buying an option. Like I don't know why people buy leaps unless they're hedging, because I actually think leaps are the dumbest thing you can buy. I was agreeing. I'm saying trading 100K in equity is reasonable. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to only make 500 though on that kind of trade is crazy though. Because reasonably, you're not making that trade from open of this candle to close of that candle. You're probably buying slightly above this on the 1 minute high or low, and you're probably TPing on new high of day because you're just excited at the fact that they got to the 50% of the gap. Like that's a good trade, but it's like that's crazy. It's not more profit. But I like that you pointed out because it just shows people like more money doesn't always mean more money. Like you really do need to build on it slowly over time. And if you want to dabble in options on the side, that's awesome. But it truly needs to be treated as something, in my opinion, as something on the side. If you start treating it as your main course, it is your steak dinner. Then I feel like that's where a lot of people burn up. And that's where I actually do believe in that small percentage where it's like people who actually options trade all the time are this percentage of traders. It's like a single digit number or something, or even 10% maybe. But I honestly would think that that's why. It's because most people who trade options are probably not just trading options. At least I'd like to believe that. I'd like to believe humanity understands that. Like options are cool, but being able to like own something is cooler, or pass it down. Even like let's say you have kids, that'd be cool. Bro, XYZ still looks really good for shorts, but I can't look at that chart anymore. I'm sorry. How much is Fubo up today? Damn, 3%. I forgot about Fubo. This was such a tradable stock in the beginning when I first saw Fubo. Like this thing was actually super tradable. Damn, this thing's junk. This thing was at 400 at one point. How? Oh, that was in the beginning. Yo, you guys need to download. I don't really. I think Twitter is pretty toxic. I mean, honestly, everything's pretty toxic. But you guys need to download StockTwits. Not for information, not for anything useful, really. But it is so funny to go to these messaging boards and just read what people are saying about different stocks. Like I could go to Amazon right now, or Netflix right now, or Sophie, or Spy, and it is like some of the most heinous shit I've ever read. Definitely don't participate. I'm not saying go make one and start messaging people. No, it's kind of funny to see what some people say on here. This might be even funnier than Twitter. StockTwits is insane. I don't really use stuff like this either, but StockTwits has been around forever, and I just like looking at it because it's funny. Like right now, I'm on the spy messaging board. Plus, they actually released a Trump Truth Social bot on here, which is kind of cool. You could just check shit if he said anything. Jesus, people are spamming StockTwits on Spy channel right now. You'll see people be like bulls getting their hopes up, and then like a few hours ago or yesterday, people were like, bears are all silent. Overflow is showing increasing selling. Man, I am right. There's no one buying FOMO. Which honestly makes me think that we start to bounce a little bit if everyone's bearish. Because if everyone's bearish, we can't go down anymore. That's exactly what a short squeeze is. Not to say we're seeing a short squeeze, but if everyone's bearish, we can't go down anymore. And that's essentially what a short squeeze is. You get on StockTwits for a good laugh, yeah. I cannot stop laughing. I don't even do posts. I have an account and everything. I don't even do like predictions or anything. I've done a few in the past. It's a cool app. I'm not gonna lie, it's a cool app. If I made an app, it would look probably pretty similar to this. Like for this shit. Because it's about like, I don't know, it's just so open. Like this is what Robinhood looked like in the beginning. Robinhood had messaging boards for everything. You could go to like the crypto channels and you could like you could like talk to each other. You could go to like the Tesla chart at one point and talk to each other. Then they took it all out because it got a little toxic. But that show is pretty funny. I think I just missed that feature of Robinhood, so I got StockTwits. This is like 5-6 years ago, probably though. I've been around a while, but not long enough. But yeah, StockTwits is fucking comedy gold. There are some pretty smart people on here though. Sometimes I'll go in here and I'll see some just really good posts, and then you'll also see your fair share of marketing on here though too. Not just from StockTwits, but there'll be like people on here posting like all kinds of crazy shit and be like, "Yeah, guys, join my group." Like that's if you're marketing on StockTwits, you're crazy. Because you're asking to only market the dumbest of people or the most desperate of people. There's no way people come from StockTwits to a group, and if they do, and they are in the 1% of people who are actually like worth a damn, awesome. But bro, those are some low ball numbers. Oh, I did go in there one time and I memed. Here's my latest message. Someone said, "Just relax and bide your time. It will have its big green day on the Sophie board." I put $100 soon. I quote tweeted it. I put $100 soon. And this guy goes, "How high tomorrow?" I put pretty high. This guy goes, "Soon, like in 4 years, 2030." I also love seeing people type that shit. Everyone will be like a fucking I don't even know what word I'm looking for here. But everyone like turns into a genie on here. They'll be like, "Bro, this is gonna go to this price in like 5 years." It's like, bro, where are you pulling this from? Like, I never understand that. They just pull these numbers out of their ass. But yeah, I love those boards. Are funny. But yeah, if anybody wants a fun little free laugh, StockTwits. I don't recommend participating though. Like I don't go in there and reply to people all the time. Like it's a very rare thing. Don't apply any energy to that though, because there is some grade A, some S tier trolls on there, and you will lose. The internet is undefeated for a reason. Never challenge the internet. Word of advice. I have never in the history of man seen anyone defeat the internet. Might see UNH retesting 274 previous week low. Yeah, let me go to a single chart. Let's get back to work. Okay, get that volume off my fucking screen. How do I do that? I've forgotten. Where that dough? It is supposed to be on this page? Yep, right there. I'm staring right at it. Yo, Loki, the chart kind of looks clean like that. It's not even 10 yet. I was gonna say towards the middle of the day, I like to switch to the 10 or 20 minute or 30 minute even, but we're not even that deep into the day. I just realized it just felt like a lot more time went past because of all that talking and trading I did. Not gonna lie. I'm already sitting here bullshitting about stock twits and having a good laugh. So I thought it was a lot later, not gonna lie. This does still look like it's trying to hold though. And I'm trying to keep my eye on some of these to kind of remember what number they're at, but I do need to go flip through these. I remember tech went down about -2 at its worst. Banks did really freaking good. Comms are consolidating. Discretionary's up from open, but not up to previous day close yet. Healthcare is still under previous day low by a pretty good margin. Staples doing really good today, and energy, as you guys already know, have done really well today. They done good. And then your tech chart, this is what this looks like. Yesterday we rejected. We were looking to see if we push or pull away from this level today. We pushed away. Now we're looking to pull up to it. So we're going to look and see if those sectors line up and allow a move on SPY to happen, which could push it up into this area today. Which doesn't even get us past pre-market high, funnily enough. And that's why I said I didn't even bother looking at pre-market or market anything, because look at this. I mean, it is sticking to levels we already had set months ago. Thank you guys again for all the likes and stuff. Thank you guys for clicking on the stream and being here. Thanks for hanging out. Yo, don't lie. Do you guys listen to music or anything while you have my stream on? If you don't, I think you're crazy. If you don't, because you're busy, you're not crazy. But if you're just sitting there in silence with my stream on, I think you're a little crazy. I have a little more respect for you, but you're also a little crazier to me. More respect because you're milking my channel, but number two, because just like you're crazy. I can get people not having this on though while they're working with music because it's like too much shit. A little sensory overload, I can get that. I mute/unmute your stream when I feel like I need guidance. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool. Bro has my stream muted like 24/7. He's like, yeah, I've never actually needed your guidance. I just like giving you the view. Does the sound of my tires count? It does, actually. It's your own music. You're the instrument. Unmute you when I'm at the DMV. Bro just has me muted 24/7. He's like, yeah, I'm actually up like $1 million this year. Thanks for none of your guidance. That's too funny. Maddie Clams with the posted VIP for. I didn't even see that till just now. Fire chart, yo. I do get a little happy when I see people type in the VIP floor, because I think some people don't type in there out of just respect for me posting a shit ton in there every day, almost every day. But that's pretty cool seeing other people share their stuff, because it's going to look pretty similar to what I have, which is cool because it kind of like reinforces it. It's like, cool, they see it that way too. I don't like when people are like, hey, I drew it that way. You can't copy my chart. Like, brother. Kevo, if you're still here, I actually think that's a very possible target. I actually like that because I like how passive that is too. You have a little bit of that hammer from that first green candle there, and then PML. I like that. It's not like over, crazy. It's not. It's not like, hey, I'm aiming for the moon. That's actually, I like that. I hope Kevo heard that because that is actually a very cool, like passive target. But it's weird to say passive because it is actually a really really good amount of movement if it does get to that. I just meant passive because it's like he's not aiming for like, all right, guys, I think this is going to previous day high. Like, okay, relax. Like, no, he's just pointing out the next big level that it could go to. Just think that's cool. That's what I meant by passive. I probably didn't use the right word. It's a really good target, though. I'm also happy Kevo got a little bit of the Amazon swing, too. That was cool. I just know when I see a chart like that, everything Leland has ever taught me just flies through my head in like a single second. Anytime I see a chart like Amazon on the daily, or honestly any time frame, if you see a chart that looks like this, like these are the easiest charts to trade in my opinion, but you have to be so fucking patient to even see this shit. Because you can't trade this move, right? You can't trade this move. You don't even have this level until this move happens, right? So you don't know about it till this candle. What, that's like 1, 2, 3 days. You got to sit through a bounce. You got to sit through a 50-50 candle, knowing that the next day's open has an immense amount of impact. And if you don't know what I'm talking about right there, go check out the latest video in the Discord channel. It kind of actually I should probably re-upload that to the YouTube as well, so you colored names have it. God, that sounds like a slur. So you colored YouTubers have it. I just meant the color of the membership role in their name, in case someone actually thinks I'm racist after hearing that. But that's what I'm trying to say, though. You got to be really freaking patient when you see these. But what I meant to say though is I really like charts where they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Because you know what I like to track on all that? I'll just show you over here, I guess. Not just the highs, not just the lows, but the 50% of each retracement, right? So every time this draws down from high to low, from high to low, from high to low, I can, here, let me just do this one, do it easier. From high to low, we can look not just from this move for this to magnet towards this, but once it does potentially magnet, because it could just keep dumping from here, of course. We don't know the future. But if it does end up bouncing back up to this, we can look for not just bearish candlestick patterns like your evening stars, your hammers, your engulfings, your dark cloud covers, whatever we can get there. Just even being able to use this for a swing trade is crazy, but it's funny because you could literally do the exact same thing for day trading. So it doesn't matter what time frame you're on, right? If you have a move that goes up and you have a move that comes back down from that move that went up, you just draw your drawdown fib. You could easily make a clear distinction of where it is bullish and bearish from off of one level. And it's not always going to be clean. That's why I said you got to be patient. Sometimes you end up in this scenario where it's a 50-50 candle and then you get a higher open. At one point in the day, people were probably looking at this and going, damn, this could pump. Just because it had a higher open. That is a very impactful signal. But they didn't do anything past previous day high. They popped above it. They closed back below it. They broke it. They push down, they break the key levels of previous day open and close, they push down to previous day low, also re-breaking the key, draw down 50%, closing back under it, showing that there's actually some bearish pressure here, right? It was a bullish invalidation turned bearish. Sorry, I can't speak English. Making it super strong. So it's not just good for swings. You could literally have done this level on this time frame, gone down to the smaller time frames and tried to scalp that, or knowing that the next day it is probably trying to drop, you could be bearish from the open, you know, or try to be a little bit more bearish than bullish from the open. Don't just blindly start shorting it. Try to find something else in the smaller time frame, but it gives you that initial intuition of, oh, this is trying to go down. And you can do the exact same thing on the smaller time frame. Same thing happens here, right? Move goes down. Here's the low. They bounced, right? So you go from the high to the low. You end up with 211.61, right? So let's see how many days go by this time. You can see it was a few days before you even had a chance of getting anything there. Bounces from here, makes it to the high. You can see they get a lower open, right? So just kind of take a gander at that days, because this is the day that closed over the 50%, trying to push back below the 213.79. So let's get the low to the high. And they opened under the 50% of that day. So even just from the initial open, you should have been a little bit more bearish, even without having any of this drawn, just based off of key levels. And if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about right now, there are actually a ton of just super open free videos that are available on the channel for this. The last like few videos before I started doing just member videos and that funny one, yeah, a lot of cool key videos there. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go there. But they break 213.79. We get a strong close under. So even just from this day's open, you could have had a good bearish intuition trade. And look how big that day was. You don't need to capture all of that, but even just being able to capture even just a quarter of that, that's really good. But yeah. I see the sectors are moving up. We got bank stocks moving up. You got tech stocks moving up. Comms got a big move there. Discretionary, healthcare. Staples and energy will probably cool off now if these are going to pump like this. And good job to some of you bulls in the chat. I know there were a few of you that were already kind of bullish a little early on. So regardless of that being a news candle or not, doesn't matter. Good stuff on that if you guys were somehow in that, or you were for some reason looking at something that was looking like it was trying to head back up. I did see a few of you mention some different tickers and different things you're looking at. Iran's ready to listen. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how long that lasts. I think it's funny how much people will trust whatever news comes out when we've seen a whipsaw of the news about 10 times already. So I'll believe it when I see it. Good movement, though. Not going to complain. Also, I don't see why people would complain about news like right there, like that news event happening, because things were already looking like they were trying to go back up from here. So just saying, you know, the news kind of went in the direction of where things were already heading. And I can easily see that because there are tons of people in my chat who see it. There are a few people in here who mentioned different things they were liking for some short-term upside from here. And then look, the news came out, pushes it up higher. That's crazy. Aren't you glad we're not in Amazon anymore? Yeah, crazy. There's some shit happening over there, though, because the other day they reported that there was like like a feud happening between some of the Iranian leaders because they thought somebody was leaking shit to the U.S. I don't know how much of that was true, but if true, that's crazy. that's like a movie level thing. No one did it better than the British spies. 3.5 minutes in that trade. LOL. Good day's work. That was the bottom so far for IGV. Jesus. I mean, it dropping 4% is kind of disgusting. On what the hell am I clicking? Like, to any extent, that's crazy. And then on the range for the daily time frame, it did push towards the lower part of it, so it's like, eh. I kind of like it as long as it's above 80 for buyers, but we'll see if everything bounces. We don't know if the news will last or not. I would like to point out everything isn't a lot better of a spot to move higher, though. Like if we do a cleared tech chart with just those super key levels I've been going over with you guys a lot. God, they're identical, dude. It's like literally touching SPY chart. Oh God, I fucked that one up. Or maybe I didn't. And then if I draw a bunch of cool little zones, let's just draw like the all-time high. So high of the move to open of the last green candle. And then I'm going to cheat and just throw this shit over a couple years. And then honestly, I don't want to draw the demand how I normally do here. I kind of want to incorporate our old one. If you guys remember the old one we did, I think it's this 50%. This is the old one that we were using, the 134. And that's where I get that number from, the 130. That's why that's been so fucking important. It's just a 50% of a gap that was just kind of touched. It's never actually been filled. And I would just like to point out, we are at a part of the chart where it's like, damn, this could be a good ass dip buy spot. So I would actually be looking for this to break and for this to retake in the worst case scenario for a liquidity grab. So I genuinely wouldn't be shocked if we got more downside first, but if we do get more upside just instantly off the go, you know, it is already positioned very well to do that. So I don't know. I mean, there would have to be like a resurgence in the Iran war stuff. Like they would have to be like, nah, fuck you guys. We're attacking the mainland, like for this to continue down, in my opinion. But we'll have to see. Playing it by ear. I don't think it's good to just sit here and be like, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. I don't like to do that. I like to play it by ear. I mean, I think it's cool to like show what we think will happen, but I don't think we should invest or get super passionate about what we think the outcome is. The chart says it's at a good risk reward part of the chart for longs, but it's not easy to say that out loud because we're at such a fearful part of the market. But I'm just saying from historical point of view, every time I have felt this way, a historical bounce is followed. So I feel like now that I'm a little bit more grown into it, it definitely feels like a bounce is coming soon. I could be wrong, though. Oil could keep pumping. The dollar could keep holding higher, and this would definitely have pressure on the equity market, which is what a lot of us look at, like SPY. So if this continues to do well, you know, that could apply pressure. If oil does well, it could apply pressure. If you're looking at like a macro point of view. But yeah, that's my take. If anybody was interested on my 2 cents. We already positioned well, super well for that. So I don't think I'll be too shocked if the news starts becoming more favorable when the market's at the most favorable part of the chart right now. We'll see, though. I would like to see, I'm more interested to see if the liquidity grab happens or not. Because a lot of the time you do see at least a single day liquidity grab, if not over the course of 2-3 days, where you get a loss of a level and a retake. And probably a fat wick somewhere. But yeah, I'm interested in that. Plus, everyone's so bearish and fearful, and everyone's like acting like it's the end of the world. SPY's only down about 5%. That, which is a lot, but it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world. I don't know. That's my take. It's kind of hard to share that opinion too, because everyone right now is so fearful and just like, I don't know. And I'm not trying to act like I'm smarter than anybody. That's what looks like it's gonna happen. I've seen this probably 100 fucking times for different reasons too. I remember during COVID, all kinds of crazy liquidity grabs, and we'd go back up. I remember tons of times during the China trade war with Trump the first term, tons of moves that would just like break and then retake, and next thing you know, we're at new all-time high. It's like the same exact thing. It's just a completely different news event. When is Netflix earnings? I see the earnings symbol on it. 460. Oh, never mind. Damn, it's my dog's birthday in 2 weeks and 2 days. Why does it do that? I thought I told it to turn that off. It's not turning off that damn line. Oh, there it is. There we go. I don't like the lines, man. I like a smooth background chart, man. Smooth like butter. Damn, it actually hit previous day close, didn't it? Yeah, that's pretty nuts. I just realized I was on the wrong chart. I'm like, wait, why does my 650.71 look different? I have it on both charts, but I was like, wasn't the other orange level above it? Yeah, SPY hit previous day close, as well as 655.96 area above. I said sectors helped us see that bounce early, though it was ugly and slow. I won't lie. Yeah, I'm not trying to act like we're gurus on that, but it was a little ugly on the way up. Hopefully, some of my directional levels are like, I don't want to say call outs, but the things I'm saying in here, hopefully it's helping you guys see the direction on that and why I'm saying it. I don't want you to think I'm just bullish or just bearish. We're honestly a bit of both each day. Today we started off a little bit more bearish than bullish. Slowly saw the sectors recover. Kind of flipped the switch on that a little early. See a good recovery here over one level. Next candle over 2 levels. We do nothing but hold that level for the next 20-30 minutes. And we said this in the stream. You'll probably see a good move in the next 10 to 40 minutes just because how this was recovering. And it takes time for the sectors to turn around and work together in the same direction. You're not going to see them just act together over the course of 5 minutes. It's just not possible. Unless it's like a news event, of course, then it's very possible. But hopefully this stuff makes sense. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of it. Hopefully you're adding it to your arsenal, like I said earlier. I have definitely enjoyed the breakdowns these past few weeks on my Monday, Tuesday streams specifically. They've been like super focused. I try my best to go slow and you know, go over it. Not just say what, but say why. So hopefully you guys are sticking with it as well. Except Ace. Fuck you, Ace. Me hoping Ace is here. Thank you guys again for all the likes on the stream. We broke 20 likes. So I appreciate that. 20, I feel like, is a good humble goal for this channel. Not too much, not too little, just right. No, go ahead, Lunar. Send it. Send it over, bro. You can send it on Discord, or if it sends here, send it. Send it somewhere, and I'll look at it. I'll pull it up on stream. I don't mind, as long as you don't type anything weird on there. I also don't like to go down, like, I'm not saying you're doing this, but I don't like to go down like things I don't really know or understand or talk about, because it's just extra noise. But I don't mind looking at this. You've been talking about it for a little, so I don't mind checking it out. Where am I looking at for this? Late morning, everyone. Just getting on to support and listen. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, dude. How was the other day with your son? Wasn't that yesterday? Or is this the other week I'm thinking of? No, that was yesterday. How was it, though? How you doing? Always a good time seeing you, bro. The updates today and yesterday have honestly, if I'm being just true, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, pretty clear. A lot of the breakdowns have been good. If you guys have time, definitely go back and check out some of the breakdowns from yesterday as well as today. More towards the beginning of the stream, as I always try to make it clear. The very beginning, like 2-3 hours, are pretty clear and focused. After that, I do a really good job of fucking off. I would say the first 2 to 2.5 hours of every stream is very focused, very productive. I will not say the same about the rest. Yo, Luna, where am I looking at for this, brother? I want to see it. Or are you still working on it? His 6B day was 320. Had his party the day after in a resort hotel room close to home, but beachside. Oh, that sounds fire, actually. Damn, extended the time and relaxed. Damn. That's a vibe, bro. Birthday was so good, y'all turned it into a trip. Well, good. That's awesome to hear. I'm actually happy to hear that. Finally, good news. Wow, this happened very recently. A Kentucky family rejects a $26 million offer to turn their farmland into a data center, roughly 10x the area's going rate. If it's my way, I'll stay and hold and feed a nation. 26 million doesn't mean anything. Damn, based. Apparently, it was an AI company. Damn, this lady's scary looking. Damn, she really said F y'all. This guy said, I need a movie where the villain actually won. That's why not Endgame, the one before Endgame, Avengers movie was so fucking. Infinity War was so good. Posted balcony pick and off topic chat? Bet. God, that is a fucking picture. God, this is actually making me feel like, oh, who was the last person that did this in my chat? Who made the joke where it's like, oh, it was Adam. Adam was like, yo, thank you, Buther Boys, for helping me make all this money so I could go on this sick trip and do all this and that. This reminded me of that picture instantly. Yo, thank you, Bueller Buys. I just want to say thank you all. I captured this sick ass move because of Bueller. I'm on vacation now, spending millions of dollars. Blah blah. The picture always gets me. That's a vibe, dude. Good for you. That is a super sick picture. I'm still staring at it. Everything's like perfect in the picture. That beach too clean. I know that ain't Galveston. All right, so explain to me what I'm looking at, Lunar. What am I looking for? What am I looking at? All right, I see your second picture. Are those candlesticks? Like those are like the wicks? That's disgusting. Is that what you mean by scrubbing? Like they're clearing that whole section? That's very weird. And I guess not just what is that? There's no money essentially. Okay. So what does that imply then when you see scrubbing? They cleaned those sections of illiquidity recently. So now it's like stronger there is what you're saying. Or weaker. It implies insolvency in the U.S. government bonds. Is this something that happens like a lot, or is this just something that you focus on paying attention to, or is this just something you've been seeing recently? Virginia Beach. Damn nice. That's very beautiful. Also, welcome to the chat, Lunar. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, you can't share shit in the YouTube stream. It like flags everything. That's not even I don't even have an auto mod on. That's literally YouTube's moderation. That doesn't happen in bonds. Maybe Zimbabwe, but not the United States. I see. So definitely a big red flag. All right, well, thanks for sharing that. If you guys want to see what he's looking at, in off-topic chat, he shared not just the charts themselves, but links to them if you want to go see them too. Very cool, though. Thank you for sharing that. I really hate when people come into my stream, to be honest with you, and say shit like you're saying, because they never further explain themselves. They're just like, they just, hold up, I'll show you the meme I'm talking about, actually. This meme. Is there like a template of this I can look at? Yeah. This meme. This is what people look like when they come into my stream and they just say a bunch of shit. But you didn't do that. You actually shared. What the fuck? What did I just do? Oh. Look, guys, scrubbing. Oh, no, I'm kidding. But I actually am glad you actually shared it and kind of went over it a little bit instead of just being like, dude, check this out. I swear. The markets, man. That's weird. Maybe Zimbabwe, but not the United States. Jesus, the 5 years crazy looking. God, I'm glad you just look at price action. If you were looking at, like, I really hate when I see people mention ICT, but I'm really glad you're just looking at, like, the main concepts of it. Because there are so many retards who use ICT. I see maybe like 5 people use it correctly in everyone I've met. And it's funny because a lot of the same concepts. I'm not saying by any means that the ICT guy copied me. There's no way in fucking hell he knew I existed. But every single concept he's shown, I've already shown in my own group before that shit ever came out online. The breaks of imbalances is just another term for using for a break of a key level, basically a break of a key area, right? And there's imbalances and there's balanced areas everywhere, right? The key areas are like our balanced areas, right? If it's gonna make its move, it's gonna be from here today. It's gonna, if it starts higher than this, it's gonna magnet to this. If it starts lower, it's gonna magnet to it. If it's around it and it's consolidating, it breaks and retakes it. This is a liquidity grab, right? Providing a lot of upside liquidity to move the price back up, trapping sell side liquidity, right? So as these wicks start to happen, that's people trapped and getting stuck in their trades, trying to exit, allowing liquidity to start pumping. Now, of course, this had news come out, so I'm not trying to like imply this was perfect for it, but I'm just saying the concept's right there, which is what we call a 90%. Like a lot of those concepts are literally the same things we've been doing for almost 7 years now. Probably over 7 years. I really don't know the timeline anymore. I've lost the plot. But I don't mind ICT guys. I just don't like when I can easily tell they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because all they do is throw up the indicator and they think they know what they're looking at, but it's like, no, you don't. I can do all that without an indicator. I didn't even know Lunar used that. I'm not targeting Lunar. I thought that was interesting. That he's like one of those people that came in here and didn't just like blast us with a bunch of stupid shit. Like Lunar actually came in here and it's just like being himself, and then we discovered he has all that stuff. Like he's not coming in here and blasting us in the face with I use this, I use that. I thought that was cool. Shout out to Lunar. It's very rare you get people who just come into the like streams and are just like chill. They're not like looking to tell you what to do, like, because I'm not sitting here trying to tell you what to do. So please, on God, do not do that back. So yeah, respect to Lunar Entity. I love the people that just blindly trade book. Yeah, dude, the Bookmap crowd is pretty. I mean, I'm getting onto ICT because we have the same concepts, but there's a lot of big like popular strats like that, like with Bookmap and stuff too, that are just like it traps crowds of people because it's easy to look at. It's the same reason Robinhood is super popular because it's aesthetically pleasing. It's easy to look at. It's easy to click. It's easy to observe. It's really clean looking. Like I don't think anyone's saying that it isn't. But yeah, I think anyone who just strictly uses Bookmap or just strictly uses this or that, like I think you're just fucking yourself over. Like kind of understanding just concepts of just basic price action are very important, and you can apply it to any strategy. You can go use your Bookmaps, but don't just use it alone. But yeah, blindly following just like easy to follow, like aesthetically pleasing indications or whatever, or it's very bad. It's very popular too. ICT, I can't trade. Most ICT people I've met have gone broke and have stopped trading. That's why I say it's very rare you meet someone that uses ICT correctly. And I know that they're using it correctly or not because I use the exact same concepts. My concepts of price action that are just like that have been out a lot longer. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about when I'm talking about like just templates of price action. Actually, talking about it and doing it are two different things as well. It's easy to review stuff. It's easy to go over things when you're not touching it or trading it. It's easy because you can easily point out like, oh, it should do this or oh, it should do that. And you're not at any risk because you're not trading anything. So of course you're going to always feel like you're never wrong. But when you actually start getting into the swing of things and you are actually trying to put yourself at risk, you'll start to notice, oh, there's patterns to things. Not just in the chart or in the price action, but in yourself. Like you'll start to realize there's like niche trades you want to take. Like you guys heard me talk about mine with like the Lee test from Leland. You know, I like seeing the move go up and then come back down, and I like drawing that fib from the low to the high, or even from the high to the low, wherever I'm looking at based on the trend. And I like basing it off of the 50% of that move because I like that whole balanced 50% aspect of it where it's like, all right, well, this is the middle part of everything that's moved. Let me try to trade around that because that allows me to trade to the outer sides of that range. So let's say it's moved $10 and I draw the fib. I'm allowing myself to potentially get a $3, $4, $5 trade. Which, as you guys know in options, that's absolutely fucking crazy. So that's why I say, like, I don't understand why people get so hell bent on that shit, but they don't understand what they're even talking about. It's just hate in their voices. UNH, of course, it makes them move. I wonder for like 2 days. Let me check it out. What even healthcare? Healthcare's up a little. I mean, it's the first green session they've had though in like a week. So I don't think you're late. I'm not buying the dip on that, but we'll see what else comes from this, I guess. What is Eli Lilly up to? Hey. I only said them because they weigh so damn much. It's another sector, though, that's like around other short term stuff. I'm really not going to be shocked if we see a liquidity grab in the market. We might even be witnessing it right now. I don't know. I don't know the future. I wish I did. I would let you know. Holy shit, coin is down over 8%. I was looking at this yesterday too because I was like, damn, it's got another candle stuck inside of that candle. It finally broke the double IB. People cheering for the consumer staple outperformance. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that was definitely bad. I was cheering for it back here because I was calling out like all kinds of stuff because I'm a huge sectors guy. I was calling out like the fact that it should go up and stuff, and I was happy about that, but not because of staples being up. I was happy about my performance. Them coming back down and in a position where it could actually start popping off again is a little bit of a red flag for me. Because if this starts popping off, it could pull away equity from the other sectors like tech, and we might see that liquidity grab situation. We'll see though. We'll see. But yeah, that is funny what you said. Suddenly realizing that's a bad omen. It's funny because they don't realize it. They still don't realize it. They'll never realize it. You think they're going to retain that information? I did a little scalp on AMD above PDL. And now it's testing above. Ooh, let's check that out. Oh, let me turn this on. There's PMH. There's PML. All right, so what'd you do? You were bullish, right? When you say above PDL, I'm assuming you're like buying over here somewhere. Just trying to get back into options. It's so much scarier. I'm such a puss. Honestly, if this is where you entered, I don't know how anyone in here could call you a pussy. I would say your entry would actually defy that. I know Eli looks pretty wild on the big. Yeah, that one's nuts. I only look at that one because it's such a big ass chunk of healthcare, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's 13%. Well, damn, J&J is damn near 11. Which I don't know. I don't. You don't really have to look at like their, the other ones as much when you're looking at like a healthcare swing on like UNH specifically. But I just like to look just for the extra context. Just because UNH is kind of its own chart right now. I mean, they fell off the face of the earth before Iran war was even like in anyone's brains. But Jake, let me know what you did there on your AMD thing. I'd love to know. If you're able to type, if you're not, whatever. But I just wanted to let you know you cannot be a puss if your entry was somewhere over here. I mean, we could talk about your exit if that's what you meant. But definitely can't get mad at your entry because you're able to identify that is the buying part of the chart. You were patient enough to wait for actual buyer candles to show up, if that's what you did. So I don't know how we could call you that. You could say maybe you didn't hold long enough or something, but I feel like that's kind of like killing yourself there because, you're trying to get back into the swing of things. I don't think we should be aiming for the moon instantly. If that was your entry, you should definitely be proud of yourself. Somewhere around there. Just because of the positioning is why I say that, not because it went up. If it failed, I would have said the same thing. You actually were entering around the right part of the chart instead of just pretending. Buying randomly and trying to hold forever. And guys, careful of a slowdown on Spy. I only say that because we're against resistance on Spy itself, and you do have a slowdown happening across a couple sectors at the same time. A lot of our more bullish sectors are slowing down, like your K, your Bet, your F, your C, your Y, your discretionary banks, comms. Your healthcare is more of an outlier, so that one doesn't matter. Staples, outlier, energy, they're up, oil's up. Let's turn this junk back off. Oh, so much nicer. Thank you guys again, by the way, for all the likes, everybody clicking on the stream and shit. Appreciate it. If you shared the stream link around, I double appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good day as well. It is the end of the first part of the day, 10:30. End of the first session of the day. In about 30 minutes, the next part of the day will begin. Lunch day, lunch part of the day. I know we don't look at EMA that much. I mean, you can mention EMAs. As long as you're mentioning like a historical EMA or something that we actually look at, because a lot of the time, like if you're looking at the 8 or the 21, like that's fine, because that's literally part of my swing strat. If you're going over like the 50 or 200 or 100, like those are also fine because those are historical. You're just kind of giving us like a context clue, so that's fine. I just don't like when people come in here and are like, dude, did you see the 35 EMA react to the 67 EMA? 6-7, dude. Like that shit's cringe. Because now you're just making shit up. Like just stick to historical EMAs. So moving averages. There's no need to move away from them. Like the 8 and the 21, those aren't anything. Like the 21's another historical one, but like the 8 or the 9, those are just good short-term ones. Those are probably the only special one. Hi again. Did you say I should check the 6-7 EMA? Yes, always. A little premature buy? I don't know, man. I kind of liked your buy. Unless you meant you didn't buy there. All good, though. Make sure to review it, though. I just don't think you're a puss. You're getting back into the swing of things, man. Take it slow. You're fine. Lunch it up, fam. What is for lunch today, guys? What are you guys going to eat for lunch? You are what you eat. If I could eat water, I would be water. What do I eat? Imagine that was your power. If you ate like a tiny part of a substance, like let's say you wanted to be like the same material of a tank, you had to like swallow a tiny piece of metal and then you became that substance, like you became metal. That'd be a pretty weird power. Also, how would your body swallow metal? Like maybe it's like a tiny dust particle is what I mean, not like a huge chunk of a fucking tank. That would of course be either impossible or painful. So deaf, not a puss. I'm losses because all I eat are losses. Yeah, powder. Did I just invent a new superhero? Eating man. Transformation. T-Man. Mm. And then we'll feed him a piece of the strongest material from an asteroid that's not from this planet. I changed the chart to the 5-minute and saw AMD gaining buying power, testing previous day low. That's why I can't call you a puss, because you have like a clear, good entry and you made it make sense. And I waited for one confirmation candle before entering, with hopes of it running to pre-market high. Second half of the message is coming, folks. Craving a Whopper? Bro, now you're making me hungry. Now I actually am hungry. What sounds good? There's a supervillain turned anti-hero called Absorbing. Fuck, this already exists? I got scared and sold before it got there on my call. Haha. I'm saying I'm a puss because it got the heart rate up a little. I've only been doing equity for a while, so it felt foreign to me. No, you're good, man. Honestly, I'm hyping you up because that entry is really good. And you should allow the reasoning of your entry to give you confidence, right? So even if you sell early, whatever, try again on the next one. Try to do better at not being so, worried about it. Understand the confidence behind why you liked it. That's why I liked your trade a lot, because I instantly look at that chart. I'm like, damn, it held a good common support, and there were good candles showing clear buyer presence, and you saw it too. It's just that second half that got you, it sounds like. But you still did good, though. Entry was really good. Same concept, except he changes based on things he touches. Touching would probably be smarter than swallowing a piece of material. I just thought it'd be cool because it locks the hero into it, or locks the superpower into that substance, and you can't just switch instant. Like, I like that there's like a slight downside to it, so there'll be moments where like, damn, I'm like inventing a whole backstory for this thing. All right, let's look up Absorbing Man. I've never seen this, or maybe I haven't. I just have no idea. T-Bone Panda randomly comes in with like the most elite ball knowledge. You know what's funny, dude? I actually thought of your name earlier. I forgot what I was thinking about, but I thought of your name, and then I was like, oh yeah, I remember typing this dude's name for fucking the marbles game we used to play. Dude, Absorbing Man looks like freaking the Thing. And Silver Surfer at the same time. How does he look like 5 different people? He's kind of tough looking. He's got like a Lex Luthor look too. Except older and tougher and works out a lot more. Yeah, I miss marbles too. Psych. No, I'm kidding. Marbles wasn't too bad. We need to do that again someday. I really haven't been playing like any games besides BF6, and when I'm not playing BF6, I'm not playing anything. But we do need to get marbles downloaded again. Here, let's see. How many gigs is it? Steam Spring Sale. On now through March 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific. Marbles. I need to look to see if there's like a paid marbles game that I can get. Like, pay a couple bucks for one and see if it legit just is easier to set up. It doesn't tell me how many gigs it is. What the fuck? I really wish this was like YouTube connected. One of the top reviews for marbles is, okay, chat, just one more. Actually, wait, just one more. Wait, hold on. Actual last one. Actually, wait. This game is very addictive, very fast. I'm telling you, it's more addicting when it's on Twitch. All right, let's see if there's like a paid marbles. It's like easier to set up. I didn't realize how many marbles games there were. There's a shit ton. I think this is the only one that does what we want. You can download the marbles on. Wait, what? How does that work? Let me see. You got me actually invested into looking at this now. It is on the phone. Oh, this is stupid. The only thing you can do on the app is check leaderboards and edit your marble. God, they made it seem like this is like a need. No wonder it has such shit ratings. I was like, no way, you can download marbles on stream for your phone? The thing that sucks though is I would have to type literally everybody's name every time. And last time I remembered it sometimes doesn't save the names. Now my dog's in here about to chew up the blanket on the ground. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You just wanted to see me? Oh my god, she yawned. Alright. Rip marbles. I mean, let's see. Dude, can it stop pulling my fucking Steam over to that screen? Alright, let's see. Stream. Marbles. Alright, it's only 10 it's 9 gigabytes. Not that bad. No way. Guess what season it is? Guess what season of marbles it is. Guess what number season marbles it is. You would never believe this. Any new puppy tricks? Billy would be like, she barks to enter calls. No, she doesn't know any of that shit. I wish I could train her that. She's gotten better at fetch. She used to be really bad at handing me the ball back. But I've recently learned that sometimes she doesn't want to give it back because she likes to play keep away and she likes to be chased. So sometimes I give her a toy and then I act like I want to take it from her and I'll chase her. I guess that's pretty new. It got cold a bunch recently, so we haven't got to pull it out yet, but it's gonna be her birthday in like a little over 2 weeks, like 2 weeks and 2 days. So we're gonna pull the pool out, this little dog pool for her, and we're gonna get a little puppy cake, all kinds of cool shit. I've never done this for a dog before. This is like the best dog I've ever owned. 6-7, yes sir. Season 67 on marbles. How do they have 67 seasons? It blows my mind. I can't even breathe. Trick question, season 12. Season 1. Come on, we all know it was either 67 or 69. There's only two meme numbers in all of numbers right now. I saw a pretty good meme. It was like the number 68 between 6-7 and 6-9, and I forgot what it was doing though. It was like strangling them or killing them. I can't remember, but there's a really funny picture someone made where it was like 6-8 going crazy or something, or I don't know. Poor 6-8 stuck between two brain rots. It's a new season every month? What the fuck? That's crazy. Oh, you know why they probably do that? It's probably to reset leaderboards, because there's probably current leaderboards that people like to grind, and they update it every month, I bet. Like, there's probably all-time leaderboards, but then there's probably current leaderboards where they regrind for it again. That's actually pretty popular in games. That's crazy, though, naming it season and having so many. That's a lot. It has to be like every month. There's no way it isn't. It has been around for a while. I would have figured they had more than 67. It's like 5.5 years. But I remember people playing marbles on stream like forever ago. That's always been a big thing on Twitch. I don't know. We either have to go to Twitch and do it, or I'll just nut up and shut up and just type everybody's name over and over. I mean, let's be real. It's not like it's going to be that many people. It'll probably be like 10 names tops. Watch that be the reason more people join stream, though. That would actually piss me off. If we get more people for marbles than we do for the like actual trading and charting and stuff, I don't know if I'd be too mad, but I'd be like, what the hell? It's one of those things where you put less energy into it and you get more outcome out of it. Besides the thing you put more energy into and get less. That would get me. Decent stream today, though. I'll probably end it here in about 8 to 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions or any comments you want to make, let me know. We could definitely go over whatever you want. If not, though, we could just chill and hang out. Oh, I need to go repost the briefing update. Oil rebounds off of yesterday's lows. Iran continues to deny it took part in negotiations with the U.S. Weakness across mega cap stocks, broader, mostly higher. I thought that changed. So I haven't been tracking it. That was when SPX was at 65.88. Okay, so pretty recent that happened, actually. So Trump's lying again? A second time? I can't tell. I can't tell if this is late. JP Morgan CEO says the U.S. needs to look at its own shortcomings in respect to China. Shut the fuck up. Bro ships shipments of cocaine into this country and thinks he can tell the country how to run itself. That's crazy. Iranian missile was intercepted over Lebanese airspace for the first time. 2 Lebanese security sources. Holy shit. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they're slowing down over there. Hidden gurus will be able to decrypt devices in Hong Kong national security cases. Holy shit, did y'all see this? I don't think anybody saw this yet. In my chat. What the fuck? Iran imposes a $2 million fee on every ship that passes through the strait. What? Man, they're going after the bag. Iran worries talks might be a trap. Oh my god, dude. There's no way this is slowing down. This is why you can't get super heavy on one direction right now. You can't be too bullish or too bearish because they're whipsawing this shit. Trump has been contradicted. Iran is contradicted. They're all contradicting each other. You just can't get too heavily in one direction. I would agree with anyone that we are down enough to have a buy, but I would also agree that things could get worse and things could go a little lower. So I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really see the point in just saying one or the other, because then you're missing out 100%. What a crazy market we're in. This is most likely going to reject if all that news actually hits people's timelines. But maybe no one cares. I can't tell. That came out 12 minutes ago. Why aren't we seeing a pullback yet? I mean, we're seeing one now, but like, I feel like that news is pretty big considering that's what kind of made this go up a little bit. I don't know. I don't like to sit up here and act like I understand it. I'm just like anybody else. I do understand to stay away from it more times than not, though. Why is the pinned message at the bottom of my screen? Isn't it supposed to go to the top? All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll give a little review for the end of the day. We already reviewed this 100 times, but I meant like for what's next. Next direction really does come from this area. The fact that we're at the bottom of this still after breaking, rejecting the top, pushing down, potentially rejecting the bottom of this area, we could be looking at a larger pullback, and we might be looking at that liquidity grab situation on the bigger time frame soon. But for end of the day today, middle of the day today, I would definitely look to see direction from this level. If it magnets back into this and doesn't break, expect it to just kind of sit between the two for the day, and we'll look outside of these two tomorrow. But thank you guys again for the stream. Thank you guys again for the Amazon swing. I appreciate that. We definitely take those. Also, we got the perfect target. We were eyeballing the 50% of this gap up, and we got it today, so no complaints there. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys again. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for all the messages, comments, anything that contributed to the stream. I appreciate you, seriously. I'll send a Discord link because I always forget to do this. If you want to join the Discord. Actually, wait, you don't have to. It's in the bio of the stream. I updated it today. Join the Discord if you want. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll update some charts like I usually do in the Discord a little bit later. Look out for the polls message as well. I just like to see how everyone's doing overall. And yeah, see you guys later on. If you have any charts or reviews to post, make sure to drop them in there. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Love you all.